of this panel, I have some guest panelists with me that are sure to educate and entertain you. I'm going to start to my far left.
I'm Randy Brown, professional songwriter, artisan, nutritional advisor.
To his right.
Linda White, a professional leadership coach and actress.
To my far right.
Michael Barclift, self-published author of the book Voiceless-the, Journal of an Underground Starving Artist.
And our special guest panelist this evening to his left will be
Michael Massie, attorney at law, Portsmouth, Virginia.
Today we have an exciting show for you. We are privileged to have a guest panelist who can answer all the legal questions. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with our guest panelist. Can you just give us, audience, a little taste of how much experience you have in your field?
I've been practicing law now for 22 years. It'll be 22 years in December. I started my first 6 years as a state prosecutor in Portsmouth, a city prosecutor, working for the Commonwealth of Virginia. And then since then I've been in private practice since 2000, concentrating mainly on criminal defense and auto accident cases and some family law.
What do you derive your best pleasure from? If there's something you can say that you really get some enjoyment when you get the outcome you're looking for, of those three that you named?
When I have a jury trial, that's when I love to debate, I love to speak in front of people, I love to try to persuade people. And so to have 12 people in front of you and you're trying to convince them of a certain issue, and if they come back your way, it's quite exhilarating. But sometimes in the world of criminal law, oftentimes they do not on the defense side.
You're familiar with the movie 12 Angry Men?
Yes.
Is that an accurate depiction?
Some of it's accurate. You know, jurors can run away, meaning that you could have a jury that decides that they're not going to pay any attention to any of the evidence at all, and they're just going to decide things how they want to decide things. And you can have jurors that decide that because they want somebody convicted so bad, they'll create ways to get a conviction. It works both ways. That's why having a jury trial oftentimes is a big gamble.
There's a stigma around jury duty for those who don't believe in the law the way it's written, or even those who are just not comfortable with the code of the law. They look at jury duty as taken away from time of work, or maybe it's just a waste of time. How important is jury duty?
Well, it's exceptionally important because you know, those are the people who are going to make major decisions that could affect someone's life, whether it's a criminal case or a civil case or a family law case. They can have significant impact on a person's life. Now, you know, we as African American people often complain about the judicial system. One of the ways that we can participate without being a lawyer or without being a judge, without being a bailiff, is that you can serve on a jury. And that's a huge duty, because you could be that one person that's in the room that's going to make sure that someone doesn't get railroaded, that people are following the law and they're not just putting their personal biases in there, because you could be the holdout. If people aren't following the law, you can make sure a person doesn't get convicted by you following the law. That's when the system works well.
And when you have the one holdout, what happens then?
Well, the first thing that happens is the judge will call the jurors out, and he'll give the jurors a charge called an Allen charge. That's what we call it in Virginia. The Allen charge simply says you are instructed that you're going to go back into the jury room, you're going to deliberate further. You're going to listen to the arguments of your fellow jurors. You are to change your opinion if you're convinced by your fellow jurors that your opinion is wrong. But in the same breath, the instruction also says that if you firmly believe that what you're saying and your position is correct, you do not have to change it. If you've dug your heels in the sand and you've stopped listening, that this tells you, okay, go back and listen to other people. You still don't have to change your mind, but you should listen.
When we talk about jury duty and those who are trying to get out of it, if they hold out and it's a hung jury, what now happens to the charges?
Because jeopardy is already attached, and so there are no speedy trial issues associated with the case anymore. The prosecution can elect to retry the case or not retry the case. It's totally at the discretion of the prosecutor. There is no specific number of times after mistrials that a case is dismissed. is left to the discretion of the judge. In my experience, it's been most judges will let a trial go to mistrial at least 3 times before they'll entertain a motion to dismiss.
So double jeopardy doesn't necessarily mean it's tried once and then it's dismissed.
Well, it does. In a case that we were talking about before where a jury hangs, there's no verdict. And so jeopardy is not going to attach to anything because there's no double jeopardy argument because the case did not end in a verdict. It would be different if a person was acquitted by a jury. Then jeopardy does attach and they can't be retried on that.